And you know what, you all, this just came to mind. This was just a revelation for me because, like, 2 years ago, when all this stuff started, it's been going on for years, but but I didn't know it. Like, a lot of people can be dealing with witchcraft right now and don't even know it. You don't know what's going on with you. You just study running to the doctor and the hospital, and they can't find anything. They cannot find anything because it is spiritual. That's why when we go to the doctor and they cannot find what's wrong with us, that's why they cannot find out what's wrong with us, because it is spiritual. That's how you know somebody is doing witchcraft on you. That is the same thing that was happening to me years ago. I kept running to the doctor, They couldn't find nothing. All they told me, it was stress or something, because they couldn't find anything. They did whatever, did everything because it was spiritual. But years ago, I didn't know. I didn't know anything about witchcraft. I wasn't even like, I was just starting my relationship with God in 2012. Just started my relationship with God. So I didn't know nothing about this witchcraft, but they had been doing it all along. I just didn't know. So what I am trying to tell you all is that you know how, like, when people say that, familiar spirits, they may think they talking to God, but in reality, they talking to familiar spirits. That's why you have to really understand. That is how I was tricked in the beginning, thinking that, it was God all the time, when in reality, it wasn't God. That's why I had to delete a lot of things. I told you all when I had got back on social media, some of you all who are not new. But what I want to say to you all is, now, if you can mix God's voice from a familiar spirit, because they are doing witchcraft in the spirit, what makes you think they're not listening in the spirit? That's what they're doing. If you think all the time you are talking to God, you better make sure you're talking to God, because these be familiar spirits. These be people in the spirit doing witchcraft, and they'll have you thinking that that's God's voice, and it's not God's voice. It is their voice, because they are listening to your thoughts in the spirit realm, and which also means that you can hear in the spirit. You may not even know, but if God is talking to us, it's spiritual, you all. It is spiritual when God talking to us. He talking to us from the spirit realm. You are hearing from God because God is a spirit. So you need to understand this and pay attention to this and get into the word of God, so you can automatically know when it's God and when it's not God. Blessings.